Hey A1 Trading Gang, you already know what we're doing today. So last week we talked about the rise of inflation and investors' fears. So today we're going to see if that's playing into this week. So we're going to do an update over US30, NAS, and SPX500. So with that being said, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and please be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here and if you love the update videos over the indices, and please be sure to share it with a trader if you love this analysis. With that being said, let's get into it. Alright y'all, so I have US30 pulled up right here, and I want to say that last week we talked about, kind of how the indices and everything was at record highs due to, Biden pumping out the $1,400 stimulus, and a lot was going on in the market that was causing it to go up. But y'all see the support line that I have drawn right here. I talked about maybe getting into a break and a retest right here. So we see in price come right here, and this may be our potential buy time to get in right here for price to go back up. Now, I'm not for sure where price would go, of course, but if I would look at an entry point on US30, an exit point on US30, I would look right here maybe for price to come back. Now, of course, if price is to break through this level, as I told y'all, I then would look at around here. Let me draw a line for y'all right there. Because again, price now has technically historically touched it. And when I say historically, I just mean like back on March the 8th. We have right here, February 25th. So we can see here at least price has been in this range before. So that's what I would be looking for, to be quite honest. And then also you kind of have a trend line action going right here, as y'all can see. We got a little trend line action going. So it'll be interesting if price can actually break this trend line. I like to use that as well as part of my decision making with trading. It's a bit of technical and then fundamentals, but from the research that I've done today, nothing really crazy is going on. It's just people are taking some of their shares from the market because obviously we were at record highs, which makes sense because they want to cash out on what they've been holding for however long. So that's what I'll be looking for. I would be looking at this entry point of 32279.73, see if price can bounce on that and then go in the opposite direction. But if it falls through, no worries. We also have an entry point here of 31712.42. But as I always tell you, do your due diligence. This isn't financial advice, and you have to be careful because we're still having this constant fear of inflation. That's kind of my analysis on US30. I don't think there's more to touch on than that, other than that we're still above that 200 moving day average right there. And let's look, see, we're coming down, it looks like, to the 50 moving average. So we may test a 20 moving average. We may touch the 20 moving average and then bounce above that. All right, so let's flip over to NAS100 here. Okay, so as you see on NAS100, we're actually testing the 20 moving average. Okay, and I like for NAS the same thing that I said about US30, because last week, by the way, y'all, I don't like touch my charts too much from even when I'm doing this analysis, but it is recent. The last time price touched this price was on the 18th of December. So we have the 18th, we have the 4th of January, we have the 7th of January. So this is a significant price point on the NAS. This price point of 12793.70. So absolutely, I would be looking for price to touch that level, and potentially you could get in on the bounce there. So if price hits this support level, we would be looking for it to go like that. And technically, you could have an exit point if price is to touch that level. You could have an exit point on this 50-day moving average, which is 1320.51, and let me just draw a mark here for you all. So right here, I would say, well, that's 13177.48. So I would say around that range could be your potential exit point. So yeah, sometimes the moving averages are great indicators on what to get in on. In my opinion, I've done it numerous times, but I also like to mix that in with my resistance, support, trend lines, etc. Because if we look right here as well, y'all, this could be a significant trend line as well. Okay, so price could be using this as a good support zone. Okay, because it looks like we touched this resistance zone right here, and price has touched that significantly, and now we may be like a bit choppy before we have a big breakout. But the thing is, you want to look at those breakout opportunities, because that's where you can do really good and make some really good money. So, you know, if I were y'all, I would probably put some alerts right here. I would say on 12793.70, and then I would have an alert here at 13177.48, because then, like, you don't have to constantly have the chart pulled up. You can just be alerted and then pull up, you know, MT4 or whatever you're trading on, and then, you know, decipher what you want to do. So yeah, those are some crucial points to look at, and it's going to be very interesting to continue to see how the NASDAQ continues to play out with tech and inflation being on the rise. It's definitely something to consider, but be careful, because, you know, the moment we switch over to that 3% inflation rate, potentially it's going to get really crazy in the markets, because remember, we are opening up slowly but surely. Now, you know, here in Atlanta, it's been kind of open, but, you know, out in Cali, New York, those big cities, they're just now kind of opening back up and getting back to normal. All right, so let's go to the SPY. And as I always tell you, the SPY is kind of just like US30 in my opinion. Like, well, it's not just like US30. Of course, there are more companies within this index than US30, obviously, because SPY500, US30. But I'll say the charts move the same. So really, in my opinion, my theory does not change when it comes to this, okay? So I have this support zone here. Y'all saw me draw it last week, and if you didn't, I drew that last week. So I would be looking for price to bounce on this 3886.04 level, kind of bounce back. And just, again, you got to be careful, because we're kind of in that choppy range right now. So price could, you know, depending on what's happening in the world on a particular day, price could move significantly. And inflation rate is definitely one of those factors that could cause price to move, or when, you know, Jerome speaks, etc. So again, I'm going to be looking for this support zone here, 3886.04. This is kind of my exit point, quote unquote, 3954.86, because to me, in my opinion, that's already, you know, close to our record high. So I would be looking for that bounce. Let me just draw it out real quick. I would be looking for the bounce here, and then I would be looking to just get back out here if that's to happen. Now, let's say price breaks below this, then I'm going to be looking more so right here, this significant range of which, you know, price has touched many times. Okay, that's where I'm going to be looking, you know, points such as 3827.89, 3730.50. Then that's what I'll be looking at. And let me just tell you, I wouldn't get in immediately if the candle is like green, and let's say, you know, price hit 3886.04. That's not going to be my cue to get in. I'm going to wait for another confirmation to say, you know, we're moving into an upward direction. Okay, that is kind of my theory on when to get in. I don't like to get in right like at that moment, but I like to wait for another like confirmation. And let's just look at it on the 4-hour. Yeah, so, you know, my opinion doesn't really change about that, because, you know, we kind of were having, you know, some sell-offs here, you know, and it's going to sell off because, again, we were just at a record high. So, of course, people are going to want some profit. You better take it now, because you don't know when it's going to come back. That's always my opinion when it comes to trading. Well, except for, you know, if you're holding on to some long-term holds from companies you absolutely believe in. But, yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. If y'all have any questions based on this analysis that I had over US30, NAS100, and SPY500, definitely let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up so more traders like you can see the video, and subscribe for more content like this. We have a mix going on A1 Trading Team, so I hope you all are absolutely enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to seeing y'all in the next video.